Street tough warriors wage combat in a battle where anything can happen and probably will.
As we got into day of show, I had no idea what was going to happen.
And I think that was kind of the atmosphere for the fighters, which was, you know, who knows what this thing is? Is it real? Am I gonna get paid?
The level of nerves was high. These guys were like the X-15 pilots. They were going off into the stratosphere without a parachute for the first time.
The first fight in UFC history, it was this massive sumo wrestler, TULI, going up against GERARD, stick figure. TULI looks like he's just gonna sit on him and squash his head.
We wanted to make clear with that first fight, this is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Kathy, what do you think?
Well,
Let's go. Whoa!
I think we're just missing teeth there.
And all of a sudden, this tooth goes flying over my head. And I go, what was that?
Now he stops right there. Now watch. Bam, that's a right leg roundhouse kick right to the face. That's where the tooth came out.
Everyone was stunned by the suddenness and the violence of that bout.
You don't see people kick someone in the face. It just doesn't happen. And this was something that was allowed.
TULI had this look on his face like he had no idea what had hit him. This massive figure turned into a pussycat.
TEILA and GERARD, they rocked it. That is what set us on our way.
You're going to see a clinch here, I suspect, anytime real soon. That's what Royce's strategy is right now.
The stand-up fighters had no idea what to do on the ground. So it was almost like unfair. Of course, I'm not punch-proof, can't get hit, can't afford to get hit.
Art is a little bit worried here.
There it is. There's and he's on the ground. Now we're watching Royce take the mount position. And that's exactly where the jiu-jitsu man wants to be.
I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I was sure Royce was going to get his head knocked off his body by that boxer.
I never heard of Royce. I never even heard of, jiu-jitsu. I never imagined that I would be fighting a wrestler on the ground floor.
He was like this human boa constrictor, and nobody could figure him out.
He just bowed out. He just tapped out.
Just tapped out.
Did he?
To be honest with you, a lot of us didn't even really understand the concept of grappling, being as effective as it was, until we watched the first UFC.
Ken Shamrock thought it was going to be an easy win. He was in great shape, and when we saw him, we were like, my God, that Captain America, who knows? He's going to knock his head off.
That's what made Royce Gracie seem even more sublime, because on the one hand, you have this ultra-violent fight where a guy gets his tooth knocked out of his face, and then this little guy comes across, and within seconds, the bigger, stronger guy is quitting.
To watch that was just amazing, and I've been hooked ever since.
It's not a great joke. It's over.
It's over. That was just, Royce is not letting go. He wants to make sure the referee sees that this is over, but that is the power of jiu-jitsu in action.
The whole thing's changed now. That's what I thought. The whole world of martial arts just changed. Like, they did it. They did it.
Royce just used the right techniques and defeats everyone. I mean, how much better can that be? Like a Cinderella story, it's beautiful.
It was very satisfying. It was like, poof, it's over. I just did it.
And now everybody has figured out, hey, guess what? If you don't know how to fight on the ground, you're in a little trouble.
I proved my point, that's for sure.
I watched the first one as it happened, as it was broadcast. I was sold instantly.
Oh, I loved it. I loved the UFC right off the bat. Everyone was like, oh my God, I can't believe I can watch this. This is the stuff I always wanted to see. When I went to a hockey game and a fight broke out, this is what I wanted to see.
This wasn't professional wrestling or it was scripted. This was something that was for real.
I can't wait to see the next one. I mean, who's fighting on the next one?
And I remember at the after-fight party, Campbell and I looked at each other, and he put his hands on my shoulder and he said, this is going to be a hit. And he was right.